Are your Webkinz sad, depressed, or with forever empty hearts? Well, then you just need the auto petter. It will keep them forever happy and... What? That's only available in Stardew Valley? What? That's not available in Webkinz World? Then how are we supposed to do this? How am I supposed to keep all the pets happy? I got too many. There's too many of them and they just keep coming and coming and I just adopted a new one. It's too much. It's too much. I can't do it. I can't do it. They're just gonna be forever sad and... Calm down. Calm down. We're fine. We're fine. It's all good. Ah, just take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. It's all good. Because guess what? No matter how many pets you have, it is possible to keep them all happy and for all of them to have full hearts. I know it may be overwhelming at times, but today we're going to be breaking down exactly what it takes to easily and effectively fill up your pet's hearts. So you never have to feel like how that person felt. Yikes. Hey there, friend. My name is Lacon, and welcome back to the Kinz Vault. Today, we're not only just hanging out in Webkinz World, we're also diving into all the tips and tricks of having to fill up your Webkinz pets' hearts and the family care guide and everything that comes with pet care. We'll be diving into all the different ways you can fill up a heart, but also the most effective ways, especially for if you have a lot of pets. Because if you didn't watch it, I have 2 videos on this channel where I go through filling up pets' hearts in 2 different ways. In the first video, I go through my smaller account that only has 6 Webkinz, and I try to fill them up all at once. And that took around 2 hours. And then with my first account, my main account, where I have almost 80 Webkinz, we did it a different way to kind of mitigate how long it took, where I tried to dive into a more tweaked and efficient way of filling up pets' hearts. So you can watch those videos if you want to go on the adventure with me, or you can just watch this video to get all the tips and tricks. I did all the hard work, so you don't have to. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to go over all the different ways you can fill up your pets' hearts. And there are quite a few. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. And the first couple are going to be things that you can do once with each pet per day that will instantly fill up your pet's hearts. That's easy to do inside your Webkinz house. The first is putting your Webkinz to bed will give you 10 points. Letting your Webkinz exercise and swim around in the pool will give you 5 points. If you give your pet a shower, not a bath, but a shower, there are some items that will give your pet a shower. So if you do that, it's 5 points. If you give your pet a bath, which will go into the little screen where you can bathe them, as long as you do 1 action plus rinse, that will invoke the points. So as long as you put shampoo on their head or wash their body with soap and then press rinse, that will give you 5 points. The same with the sink, except for with this one, you're not in a bathtub, you're at the sink. So whether you brush your hair or brush the teeth or wash the hands, as long as you just do one of those things before you click done, you will get 5 points as well. You can also do exercise with jumping on the trampoline to get 5 points, and having your Webkinz run on the treadmill to get 5 points as well. Now, if you fill up each of the meters, like your happiness meter, your hunger meter, or your sleep meter all the way up to 100, you will get 5 points per meter you fill up. So if your pet is hungry and you fill it up all the way, you'll get 5 points instantly for feeding your pet and making them fully satisfied. This next group of things can be done inside your Kinzville house, but they will only count once per day. It doesn't matter how many different pets you have. Like the ones before, you could do those with every single one of your pets and it will count once per pet per day. These are things you can do inside your Kinzville house that will count once just per day, no matter what Webkinz you're doing it with. You can purchase a new room. Any size counts and you'll get 2 points. You can place an item for the first time in your Webkinz room. Any object counts and you'll get 1 point. If you create a recipe for the first time that day on the stove, you'll get 1 point, and it even counts if it's gunk. First time creating a recipe on a camping barbecue, a master grill, a cooking class griddle, or a fast food fryer, even if you end up just making gunk, that will also count as 1 and you'll get 1 point. And then also the same goes for the blender and the sandwich maker. So the first time you create a recipe for the day with those, even if it's just gunk, you'll get 1 point for each of those, the one for the blender and the one for the sandwich maker. Next, we're going to be talking about things that you can do outside of your Webkinz house, inside just the world of Webkinz, all the different activities that will also give your pet heart points. These that I will be saying, unless stated otherwise, only count once per day, no matter how many different Webkinz you try to do it with. So the first one is going into Dr. Quack's caring clubhouse room. If you sit on the examination table, they should be instantly added, but sometimes it does take a little bit if you stay in there long enough. But most of the time I've done it, it happens instantly, and you'll get 5 points. And also, while you're in there, you might as well click on Dr. Quack and get a sucker for your Webkinz to enjoy. Now, this next one will count per pet. So if you take your pet to the Kinzville Academy and do classes, they will get 2 points if they pass the class and 1 point if they fail the class. The only part that doesn't count towards adding points is the deluxe class. So if you are a deluxe member and you can get that bonus extra 4th class, that 4th class won't count, but if you succeed at all 3 classes, you will get 6 points for your pet. And you can do that for each pet. The same with this next one will also happen multiple times. You can do it as many times per pet, and that is just pet requests. Pet requests are just anything whenever your pet has a bubble above their head asking you to do something, whether it's answering questions at quizzes, buying something from the W shop, decorating, playing a game, having a sandwich, whatever it is. As long as you fill that request before the timer runs out, you'll get 25 points. The only thing you need to make sure of is that your pet is actively awake. So if you're playing with a pet who's at home sleeping in bed, they will not ask for a request. So as long as your pet's awake, they should randomly, at different times, there's no set duration of time, they will ask for things to do. This next one is completing a job at the employment office. You'll get 5 points if you pass and 2 points if you fail. So you get points either way, but what's nice with this one is the deluxe jobs and the special hourly jobs count as well. So they do count for extra points. So you could possibly, if you're able to get all 3 on the same day, you could get 15 points. The next one is playing an arcade game for the first time. If you do that, you will get 1 point. The only games that don't count for this is the Wheel of Deluxe, the Treasures of the Crystal Sea on Vacation Island. So as long as you're not doing any of those, even if you just do the Wheel of Wow, that will count and you'll get 1 extra point for the day. If you beat your own high score inside a game on Webkinz, you'll get 5 points. And if you beat the high score of the day for any game, you'll get 25 points. And then the last thing you can do to get points to fill up your pet's heart is to enter a code and unlock it inside the code shop. If you see a code on the Podkinz website, if you find a code while you're looking around on the e-store, that counts. If it's from the e-store itself, where you bought it from the e-store, or it's from a trading card pack, any code you can put into the community code center, you can do that and you'll get 5 points for doing that. And with that being said, those are all the different ways that you can earn points to fill up your pet's heart. Now, as you can see, unless you are amazing at beating all the high scores of the day, the main thing that you'll be able to do to fill up pets' hearts quickly is filling pet requests. And the reason I put air quotes around quickly is because it's all depends on how fast the pets are asking. You can't really guarantee. It's not actually quickly, but that is the one that will give you the most points. Again, unless you're amazing at all the games and you can just beat the high score of the day on all the different games. But before we get into the actual strategy, I suggest there is one more thing I need you to know. Every day, your heart level will go down steadily. And I'm sure we've all seen this. If you fill up your pet's heart one day and then you come back the next day, their heart is still mostly full. It's just a little bit down. And if you really care about filling your pet's hearts, going in daily is going to be the way to do it. Because if you go in daily after you've filled up the hearts, you will only have to do a few things. Typically, when a pet's heart is fully full, come back the next day and it's decreased, I think, by 25 points. All you have to do is just a few of the care activities that you can do at the house, like putting them to bed, hanging out in the pool or the trampoline or the treadmill, giving them a bath or brushing their teeth. You can kind of do a few of those things. Pick a few of those things that you enjoy the most and fill up their hearts that way. So if you don't have a lot of pets, you can kind of do this in a chaotic manner. Pick what you like, what you don't like, and depending on how long you play Webkinz each day, you can kind of collect it without much thought. But if you have a lot of pets or you want to be super efficient with it, like you don't have a lot of time, no matter how many pets you have, this is going to be the way that I suggest, and I feel like it's the way a lot of people suggest as well. The only downside to the way that I'm going to explain to you is it does take a few days. If you're wanting something to be done over one day, you're going to kind of be able to get through those first couple things where you go through the bed, the pool, the trampoline, the treadmill, the bath, the sink, all that kind of stuff, and then do the other things that you can do for like one or two of the pets, and then just kind of wait for requests. It'll be a lot of waiting. So if you're okay with it taking a few days, I got you. So step one is you're gonna need to create a pet care room. A pet care room is where you have all the tasks that you can do inside your Webkinz house in one place, so you don't have to worry about loading screens, loading in and out of all these different rooms, and all that stuff. While it's nice to have like bathrooms and kitchens and exercise rooms, all different areas, having a designated area, you would not think that the loading screens take that much time and it's not that big of a deal. If you have a lot of pets, it really does save a lot of time. So make a pet care room. My pet care room, it looks very ugly. It's not very styled, and when I really care about filling my pets' hearts, I will keep a lot of pets in there. Step two is to do all the basic pet care tasks first. If you do all this, you'll fill up your pet's heart to around in between 25 to 50 points out of the total 100. I like to do the bed, the treadmill, the trampoline, and the pool, fill up their food bar all the way to 100, and then do the bath and then do brushing their teeth. Do all that and then move on to the next pet. While the pet is not fully filled, their heart is not complete, moving on to the next one and repeating that process until you've gotten through all your pets. This is a good start. And once you've finished all that, whether it's 5 pets fully done or it's 100, once you've done all that basic care, you can go around, do your dailies, hang out in Webkinz like normal. This is so that you can go around, you can do the classes, you can go to Dr. Quack's room, you can get your points for playing the games and different things like that, which is great. But also the main thing we're looking for is pet requests. So you want to make sure to avoid things that's like, you know, playing a game for a really long time. If you love Atlantiles, like I do, maybe don't get stuck in playing Atlantiles for an hour because you won't get any pet requests during the time that you're playing the game. But we're looking for pet requests, and we're going to fulfill whatever requests are possible. Even though the employment office and the Kinsville Academy do give you points. What I'll do is if I want to have my pet do classes, I'll have them do 2 of the 3 classes. So just in case they ask for a request to do a class, I can get those 25 extra points versus just the couple points that passing the class would get me. Same with the employment office. While it does give you some points, most of the time my pets will ask for that, and they will still ask for it even after I've already done an employment office task. So I just wait until they ask for one. And when it's almost time for me to get off, if they haven't asked for one yet, I'll then go back and do those to get those extra points. Because the main thing we're trying to do here is we're trying to get those pet requests that we can work on, because that will get us the highest points the fastest. But if you do that on day 1, by the end of day 1, you should have a majority of them at 50%. You may have a few that are fully filled up depending on how many requests you got, but when it starts on day 2, the points will go down by like around 25 points. So you're gonna kind of repeat this over. You're gonna do the daily tasks in your care room, and the pets that were full yesterday that you were able to fill up fully from pet requests, they will either fill up their hearts, or if they were close, they'll be even closer. The main thing with filling up your pet's hearts, this is a compounding interest sort of task. So the more you do it and the more you keep up with it, the more progress you'll see. And you can really see that in my second Webkinz pet care video, where in the beginning it took a few days before I really started to see a lot of pets fill up their hearts. Mostly it stayed like below 10 pets, but then towards the end I started to get more and more until the very last day where I got all of them. I think it took a total of, I want to say 6 days. I can't remember, but it took a little bit, but it was kind of like going up a hill, exponential growth. So don't worry, it will feel like you're not making a bunch of effort or a bunch of progress right now, but you are. And because of this compounding effect, this is why I suggest you do it over multiple days, because then you can actually be actively working towards it and not just waiting for pet requests. Because day 1, you filled up the hearts and it got to say 50. And then the next day, while you lost it, you're starting at 25. So it would go to 75 instead of just 50, if that makes sense. And doing it this way, you'll have as little trouble as possible as long as you're consistent with it. Now, I'm going to be honest, I do not play Webkinz every day. I have other things I have to do. Sadly, Webkinz is not something I get to do every day, and because of that and the sheer amount of pets I have, the majority of the time I'm in Webkinz, my hearts are at 0. Because I don't have the ability to play it every day. I don't have the ability to spend a lot of time in Webkinz every day. I just keep my pets, I fill up my pets when I can, and I think that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with your pets being their hearts at 0. I love seeing the people who have a bunch of pets and all their pets' hearts are filled up, or a lot of their pets' hearts are filled up, but it does take a lot of time. I know I'm referencing the video that I did because it was almost 80 pets. I think it was 78 at the time. The first day, it took a long time to get through all of them just to fill them up to like 50%. Then by the last day, whenever all of them were just like kind of almost filled up, I just had to fill them up enough to where it would normally be. It would only take me like 30-40 minutes if I did it every day. So it will decrease in time. I just don't have that time every single day. So unless you really care about seeing those hearts filled, unless you really care about getting the family score up as high as possible, don't worry about it. You're perfectly fine. Your Webkinz still love you, and they know that you care for them. If anything, I would just suggest getting up to 10 pets to where it's fully filled hearts, so that way you can get the pet multiplier bonus if you really care about that family score going up. But anything over 10, it's just a bonus. It's not necessary. But with that being said, don't worry about trying to remember all the different ways you can fill up your pet's hearts. I think the best way is just getting a care room and sticking with that. If you really care about getting extra points, The ones I suggest prioritizing is going to Dr. Quack's, doing the Kinsville Academy, and doing the employment office, as well as the pet requests. So everything else you can kind of ignore, especially because most of them will just give you 1 to 2 points. So it's not that big of a deal. Even still, you can always come back to this video and reference the guide, so that way your pets' hearts can be happy and healthy. But with that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope your pets' hearts are filled to the brim always and forever. But again, if they're not, don't worry, you're not alone. My name is Lacon, and thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. If there are any other aspects of Webkinz that you would love a tips and tricks video on, please let me know down in the comments, and I will work on my best to gather that information so I can give it to you in the most concise and easy to understand way possible. But even still, if you have any questions about these pet care hearts and how to fill them up properly, if something's not working right, leave those questions down in the comments below and I will try my best to help you. But with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe so that way you know the next time we upload a Webkinz video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!